For Samuel chapter 30 verse 9, so David went, and he and the 600 men that were with him, and came to the brook Bison, where those that were left behind stayed. Then in verse 10, but David pursued, he and the 400 men, for 200 abode behind, which were so faint that they could not go over the brook Bison. And then in verse 11, and he found an Egyptian in the field, and brought him to David, and gave him bread. Look at that. They didn't pray for him, they didn't lay hands on him, they didn't cast out anything. They gave him bread, and he did eat. And they made him drink water. They gave him bread, and they made him drink water. Water is very important. Actually, our body is made of a lot of water, and the brain is a lot of water. Apart from all the tissue and all the muscles and everything we see there, it's a lot of water, our body. And because of that the body needs essential drink. Not drinking sugary things and all that. Our body needs water. So they gave him something to eat, and they gave him water to drink. And then in verse 12 we're told, and they gave him a piece of cake of figs and 2 clusters of raisins. We're talking about vegetable as well as fruits. You see, they gave him food, they gave him fruit, they gave him vegetable, and they gave him water to drink. There are people that they eat carbohydrate, and they're filled up until they are dozing, until their body is weak and tired. And if somebody has what they call diabetes, and then he's eating, there's no protein, there's no plant, there's no vegetable, and there is no fruit, only carbohydrate, and he says, I don't understand, I'm getting weaker, and then my body is the food we eat. We need to balance up everything. It says, for he had eaten no bread, nor drunk any water, 3 days and 3 nights. And then in verse 13, and David said unto him, to whom belongest thou, and whence art thou? And he said, I am a young man of Egypt, servant to an Amalekite, and my master left me because 3 days agone I fell sick. But do you know, this man was not healed because of prayer. He was not healed because of any motivational talk. They just gave him the right food. And when we eat the right food, it acts like medicine. And the time we eat, very important. Let's say, for example, now you're going to sleep at 11 p.m. and then you eat real carbohydrate and you're filled up by 10:30. That's too close to the time you're going to eat. So the food we eat, and the time we eat, and the timing that we eat, if it's on and on and on, and then we take breakfast and then snacks and this and that, and we fill our body with sugar all the time, and when you want to drink, you look for a sugary drink. I like it because it's so sweet. That sweet thing will harm your body. I pray God will grant us wisdom. We're coming to number 2 here now. Number 2, feeding that hurts and sickens the body. We're looking at 2 Kings chapter 4, and we're reading from verse 38. It says, and Elisha came again to Gilgal, and there was a deer in the land, and the sons of the prophets were sitting before him. And he said unto his servant, set on the great pot, and seize pottage for the sons of the prophets. In verse 39, and one went out into the field to gather herbs, to gather vegetable, to gather the fruits, and to gather the tuber that they were going to cook. And it says, and found a wild vine, and gathered thereof wild gourds, his lap full, and came and shred them into the pot of pottage, for they knew them not. They knew them not. They didn't know what is edible. They didn't know what will do the good, what will do the body any good. When we eat, you know yourself, and you know your situation. You know, everybody might say, I take that, it doesn't bother me. Know yourself. And when you know yourself and you know what you are eating, you will know what you are putting into your body, so that you are not digging your grave with your teeth. You are not planning, you want to live long, and yet you are eating food that weakens you and sickens you and makes you sick. We must look at that. Any peculiar problem you have, sometimes you are taking maybe medicine. The doctor has given you medicine, which is good, but the medicine may work for some time. Supplement may work for some time. Then at a point, it will reach a plateau that the thing doesn't have any effect anymore. You're just taking that thing and then you're eating junk. You're eating what is not good for your body. Even though you are taking that supplement, the supplement is not working anymore. He said in the last part of that verse, and they knew them not. Look at verse 40. In verse 40, so they poured out to the men to eat. And it came to pass, as they were eating of the pottage, that they cried out and said, O thou man of God, there is death in the pot. There is death in the pot. When you eat food that is not compatible with your progress, with your strength, with your health, and what you are eating is not nourishing you, it's actually making you to decline in health. There is death in the pot, and they could not eat thereof. But then the man of God prayed, and everything changed. In your life, in your family, everything will change in Jesus' name.